Now let's hear from Coach Sergio Hinojosa, who is the head coach for the Stafford High School boys track team.
I'm Blake Weir with Spartan Sports Central. I'm joined here with the head boys track coach, Coach Hinojosa. You recently returned from a state meet, but first let's go back and talk about the success you've had this year that led up to that. How did your track team compete this year?
Well, we had our ups and downs. We kind of got a late start because of the cold winter we had, and that's always a detriment to our training. So kind of just hung in there, went through it, and kind of just made the best of it and trained hard. And as soon as it started getting a little warmer, the kids started coming around a little better, started running better. We were fortunate not to have had a whole bunch of injuries, so that helped us. We competed well, went all the way through. Then we had our Spartan Relays here this year. That was a big success for us. We had 19 teams here, so we always look forward to that. That's kind of a highlighted event for us. That kind of gets our kids going in the right direction and kind of sparks their energy heading into the championship season. As Mr. Weir said, we were able to win the district championship this year, so we were varsity boys and JV boys district champions. Going into the area meet after that, we also won the area meet between the two neighboring districts, so District 25 and 26 area champions. Qualified 6 or 7 different events to the regional championship in Kingsville at Texas A&M Kingsville, and from there we were able to have 2 kids qualify to compete at the UIL state championships this past week, and that would be Andrew Huff in the discus and Quardell Pat in the shot put. So they were actually able to win runners-up. They were second place at the UIL state track meet this past week on Thursday. So real happy about that. Andrew's an 11th grader, so we're fortunate to have him back another year. And Quardell will be going off to play college football next fall.
Now, the Stafford Spartans are no strangers to success. You've been a coach here for over 15 years, and in the last 10 years, the Spartans track team has excelled above all others. Were there any difficulties going in this year, seeing as last year was during that kind of COVID year, a lot of kids were studying online. You had a very successful track season there as well, but as kids returning, were there any obstacles that you faced that were different than last year?
Yeah, I think that we still did. I think some of the kids kind of, got into that mode of, being at home, being online, not really, training like they were supposed to. So there were still some inconsistencies with their training, and it was a struggle to get them back, to be honest. And but once they got going, we got them in gear. But definitely was a strange year, to say the least.
And now looking forward, you mentioned before you have a student returning to run again. What are some of the advice that you are going to give that student in order to get them to the next level to maybe get higher than second place?
Well, that particular young man that I was talking about, Andrew Huff, he was also the AAU national champion last year in the discus. So this kid is a pretty driven student athlete. Does great in the classroom, but also excels obviously in track and football. So with this kid, just to keep doing what he's doing, he'll start summer track training here next week or 2, and he'll go straight into our strength and conditioning camp this summer and be ready for football in the fall. So with him, it's just, keep your goals, and he's definitely has a goal to be the state champion next year. So I think that as long as he does what he knows to do, then he has a very, very good chance to get on that award stand again next year, hopefully a first.
And you have to understand, if anyone can speak to success, it's this guy right here. He's been associated with Stafford for almost your entire life. A successful track runner himself. I actually knew him as a child growing up here at Stafford, so it's always good to see a hometown hero, in a sense, supporting our students and ensuring that they have great success. Coach, we thank you so much for what you do here, and obviously your hard work has proven a lot for our school.
Appreciate it. Thank you.